Easter isn't over just yet by a long shot on Sportswire Radio. And if you thought things were full of fire earlier today, wait till we speak about the co-main event here for WCE's Luck of the Draw coming up next weekend here. And we have got a treat here. We've literally got somebody that might look like he's the Easter Bunny and somebody else that is no stranger to us here. He is our reigning, defending WCE All Out Champion, Mr. Craven Rage. And we're going to hear from the first time, as I mentioned, Killer Rabbit. They may need no further introductions, but we're going to give it to him anyway because that's what we're known for here on Sportswire Radio. So with it, wait for it. Further ado here on the Sports Report. Number one, Global Sports Show. Pro wrestling stars here from Wrestling Championship Entertainment. That is Killer Rabbit and a reigning, defending WCE All Out Champion, the ruler of the yard, Craven Rage. Fellas, happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you, Ralph.
Happy Easter, Tom.
Interesting here, we actually literally have on, as some may say, the Easter Bunny. But Killer Rabbit, I'm going to pivot to you first because a lot of people are wondering, in addition to whether you are the Easter Bunny, you are making your debut here to Wrestling Championship Entertainment. And what a debut this is. You're going to be challenging for that championship that Craven Rage has held, and he's certainly held it for just about a year now, and he has been as dominant as anybody has been in this business here. And I mean, set the tables for those that are listening and watching here on Sportswire Radio. Why are you here and why are you challenging Craven Rage?
I've been sent by the wrestling gods to collect Craven's soul. His ego has blinded him. His arrogance has let him out of control. And I'm here to collect his title and his dignity. Craven's been ruling the yard way too long. And it's time for us to collect.
What would you like to collect in addition to his championship there? What is that you're holding there? Is that a Craven Rage doll? What exactly are you holding?
Craven Rage voodoo doll. I am coming for your soul, Craven.
So let me ask you a question, since you talk about you have a voodoo doll there from Craven Rage. I mean, has this been in the works for a while? Has this been something that you've been planning from the shadows? Or talk about if this is something that's a fly-by-night, or this has been maybe a plan all along by you, Killer Rabbit, and maybe even others.
We've been watching Craven for a while. There's lots of us. We have been watching. It has been for a while in the shadows. We've been planning, collecting samples, footage. But now I think we are ready to strike.
All right, here. Well, I'll come back to you in a second. And I do have a couple of comments here. First, the Drip King Adonis Felios, who will certainly be a part of things coming up next weekend for our friends over at WCE, says evening to all of us, and Mr. Killer Rabbit. Casey Jack Bradley, who's with us here once again, young trainee from GT Ministry, says Craven Rage and a bunny from Five Nights at Freddy's. Wrestling is fun. No, wrestling is a very, very fun business. I will tell you that much. And certainly, it is certainly one of our favorite things here on Sportswire Radio. And he also adds on, Rabbit and Skulls have the same agenda. Soul collecting. You know, that's an interesting and excellent point that Casey Jack Bradley brings up in a way, because Killer Rabbit, I got to ask you, because I'm sure you've been following from afar, that all of these wrestlers that are outsiders have certainly been calling their own shots. They want a piece of Craven Rage. They want a piece of what he's held for just about the past year, whether it's a C2K on Thursday's show, certainly Skulls, the Soul Hunter from the EWF, who apparently is coming to WCE. So why you and why are you different than these other individuals that have been calling out Craven Rage for months?
Because I'm the only person that possesses a real trial and challenge for Craven Rage. And they know it. The person who runs the league knows it. He knows it. And they know it.
Okay, interesting point. I'm going to come back to that in a second. And I will get to the champion shortly. But this individual here says, WTF, who is this killer rabbit scrub? How does Eric Mecca not get a title shot, but this rabbit thing gets one? I mean, Killer Rabbit, do you know anything about this? I mean, is this anything that phases you at all? And I mean, what's your opinion on this?
All I'm here for is to collect Craven Ray's soul and that title.
Well, and apparently your comment has gotten the attention of the soul hunter himself, Skulls, who says Craven Rage got his hand caught in Easter baskets, that a killer rabbit is coming for you, Craven. Now, Killer Rabbit, can I ask you whether you can confirm or deny that this is true, that Craven Rage actually did get his hand caught in an Easter basket, maybe taking some chocolates that were supposed to be given to candy or Easter eggs that were colored, supposed to be given at an egg hunt? I mean, can you confirm any of this for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio?
His arrogance has got him caught in very many baskets, and this is the last one that's going to work out for him.
Well, we'll certainly have to stay tuned, undoubtedly, here. And I do have here some more comments because people seem to be really, really fired up. Craven Rage scared of Eric Mecca. Well, I don't know if that's to be accurate. I don't know if that's true. Adonis Felio says, well, looks like Craven Rage definitely got his full. Boy, oh boy. Sucks to be you. Craven. Well, I'm going to come to Craven in a second, but Killer Rabbit, if you don't mind me asking this question, maybe for those that are listening and watching and wondering who you are for the first time on Sportswire Radio, I mean, who are you and what are you going to bring to the table next week at Luck of the Draw?
Craven will have to find out what we have in store for him.
Okay. All right. Well, that could be a plug to go over to WCE Heat and Facebook and YouTube, and certainly go and support the company and get ready for Luck of the Draw, as I think it's going to be one that is for the ages, to say the least. And Casey Jack Bradley says, Craven, it seems you have a challenge on your hands. Can you outrun the Soul Rabbit? You know, let's come back to the champion. Craven Rage, this is the longest, I think, in a segment I've actually asked so many questions because everybody is wondering here, what is going on tonight? I mean, certainly we knew when we announced this, we sort of knew this was going to be a big deal, but this is totally a rather auspicious appearance here, especially from one Killer Rabbit that even has some of us watching who are regular fans of WC a little bit baffled. But I mean, is somebody out to get you here? Is there an issue with management? I mean, you know, we've asked you in the past if you had problems with Mark Packer, if you've had problems with the owner of the company. So I'm going to have to ask you tonight because you do seem like, for the first time, really, I have to say this with all sincerity, you do seem like you're on total defense tonight.
Well, first and foremost, I am very, very upset with management and Mark Packer because Mark Packer, I've been trying to figure out. We 6 days away for Luck of the Draw, and I've been waiting patiently for them to announce my opponent, my next victim that was suffering by my hands. But of course, I've been asking for Eric Mecca, because Eric Mecca and the Meccas have been talking about how they come in.
We've had that. Listen, they've appeared in our streams and they've addressed you. I mean, the Mecca brothers seemed like they wanted a shot at you, and we're getting this Killer Rabbit. I don't even know if I can call it a man, and it's more like a thing. Literally.
I was hoping that when the announcement was made I was hoping when the announcement was made that I had to defend my title against, I thought was going to be Eric Mecca. But come to find out, I get this Buzz Bunny, Easter Bunny wannabe. Look at that. I got an Easter Bunny wannabe, like the Easter Bunny and Buzz Bunny
did
had
you
a baby
do
and
something?
spit out.
Well, I have to ask: did you do something to the Easter Bunny recently that has warranted a bunny to go after you? I mean, I have to ask. I mean, did you do something to a bunny? Did you pull an attack on an Easter Bunny similar to what you might have did to Kodak Kid months ago?
Well, like I said, I'm the most dominant superstar in this business and the dangerous superstar in this business. But yeah, I think Eric Mecca is the one that's scared of me to face me because
Really?
I know he is. You know, yeah, he's talking about he's got a history, a legend. You know, they talking about they're gonna run over WCE, but nobody. I think Eric Mecca is afraid to acknowledge the ruler of the yard because
But I have
everybody.
to. But a follow up to that, Eric Becca doesn't work for WCE though. How could he arrange something like this? He doesn't work for this company. Isn't this really more about Mark Packer and the owner of the company, even in WCE, trying to pull a fast one and usurp your dominance here of being the ruler of the yard in WCE?
Well, I think Mark Packer, to be honest with you, is the one that's pulling all the puppet strings over there. You know, just trying to get another victim because maybe it's Eric Mecca, maybe it's Tim Mecca that sent this rabbit to be sacrificed.
Well, certainly this isn't the Rabbits. There was a band called Rush, and they famously had an album called Presto. And on the album cover, it was a whole list of rabbits that were coming out of this hat. But this is certainly not the same type of rabbits. I have a ton of comments here because people seem to be extremely interested in this here. And I'm going to come to Killer Rabbit back here in a second. Craven, I think the only way to save your soul and to outrun the rabbit is to burn the rabbit by engulfing your soul in the flames of hell. Rabbit is popular meat in America. Since when is rabbit popular meat in America? That's what I want to know. What kind of meat is anybody eating that rabbit is popular meat in America? I've been doing this 4.5 years on the radio. I've never heard that before. Maybe somebody can enlighten me. Adonis Felios, you should be Craven Rage. Your time has come. For those you called out for one reason only, to destroy you. It's time to smash them, Eric Mecca. Craven made out with Miss Killer Rabbit. Ooh. Casey Jack Bradley says, what I'm saying is become Ghost Rider and roast the bunny. Skull says, be very quiet, Craven. Hunting a Bugs Bunny. A killer rabbit with a voodoo doll. Killer Rabbit, let me ask you this question. And I'm going to ask it in a different way because obviously we have a lot of people who might be freaked out, might be curious, might be feeling like they just came out of a movie theater. I know I just came out of John Wick 4, and I don't think I saw this in John Wick 4. But, I mean, does it matter for you taking this title, or you would just be satisfied maybe if you took Craven Rage's soul, literally to steal a phrase from Skull's The Soul Hunter?
The title is just a gem that the Soul Reapers want. The wrestling gods have come in here to collect, Craven Rage. Your arrogance has blinded you. Your ego has led you down the wrong path. And we are coming for you. The title is just an extra gift. But we really want your soul.
Craven Rage. You got to jump in. All right, continue, Mr. Rabbit. I apologize. I cut off a rabbit.
You sold it for that belt, Mr. Rage, but let's see how much is left to take.
Mr. Rage, certainly you are no Rage Against the Machine right now, and I have to ask this question, and you've certainly been a boastful individual the last year. You have backed it up, I will say that much, what you've done. In fact, there was even one wrestler you ran out of existence here. You ran him out of town. He was a champion, was on a stream with us. Won't even mention the guy's name because the guy basically was chicken. He just didn't want any piece of you. So there's a whole list of people that you've basically run over here in this company. Nicholas Crenson, Darkfire, Adonis Felios himself. I mean, Sean Jovi, the resident rock star. I mean, we can go Kodak Kid. Still don't know when we see him in the ring. I mean, we can pretty much go up and down the roster here in WCE. Tyler Ark, want to throw him in there. I mean, even in other companies, as we mentioned, other wrestlers have been calling you out. Is there a possibility, maybe in your mind, for the first time, that there's some doubts and that maybe that this run you've had, no pun intended, the luck's going to run out?
Luck is never going to run out because there is nobody on this earth that can knock me off of my empire. I built this empire and I have dominated everybody. And Mr. Rabbit, you talk about you coming for my soul. How can you come for somebody that don't even have a soul?
Ooh.
Because what I'm going to do is smash you, tear you piece by piece, and spit you out so you can hop back in the little hole you came from. And Mark Packer, give me what I want, or you will acknowledge the ruler of your as well. I wanted Eric Mecca. I didn't want Buzz Bunny. Nicholas Crenson is the same thing with Nicholas Crenson. I don't want to face Nicholas Crenson because it's the same thing over and over and over with Nicholas Crenson. It's like being in a missionary position with Nicholas Crenson. And C2K, you call yourself a legend when you step in my yard. You will get dominated. You will get smashed. You will get destroyed. And you want to challenge me. See, all these wrestlers, even everybody that you listed is talk about they want a challenge. They want to face Craven. They want to knock Craven off. They can't touch Craven. You know, even Eric Mecca, you know, he goes to another company, couldn't get over, and ran away. Now he coming back to WCE, what I heard, and trying to get over.
Don't worry about Eric Mecca. There will be no body for him to wrestle after I collect yours on Saturday.
Wow. Wow. You know what? We thought earlier today on Sportswire Radio, when we had Firestar Championship Wrestling's BMD, the Necessary Evil Palmer, the open weight champion of Firestar Wrestling, the unpredictable Jacko, Leo McLean, and then the Oracle Bella was explosive and unpredictable, no pun intended. What do we have here tonight when it comes to Killer Rabbit, who literally is kind of the bad version of the Easter Bunny? And then we've got Craven Rage, who certainly has no soul. And these are reasons why you want to follow Wrestling Championship Entertainment at WCEHeat.com, WCE Heat on Facebook, also YouTube Wrestling Championship Entertainment. And I have a load of comments, so let me try to get to everything here because people want to talk to both of you guys. James Marshall says, that the heck? I mean, yeah, that's one of the more interesting words I've heard anybody say in a long time, and maybe that's for a reason why. Adonis Felio says, Craven Rage, only thing to fear is to fear yourself, and that could very well be the case. This rabbit playing with a doll. Wonder why Craven Rage has never lost. He doesn't wrestle anybody good. Listen, I even bring up Craven, that guy that you were on a stream with, that all of a sudden wins his first championship in his career, and all of a sudden decided, you know what? I didn't want to face anybody here anymore. I can't hang on WC. I got to run for the exits because the guy he called himself a chairman. He was more like a woman, really, the way he kind of ran out of WCE and left here, unfortunately. That's why, I mean, nobody knows what's ever going to happen to him. Casey Jack Bradley says, the rabbit reminds me of Papa Shango or Isla Dawn, or maybe The Undertaker if he joined Bray Wyatt. Follow the white rabbit. Killer Rabbit is a purge when it comes to Craven. I think this individual is Kodak Kid, the picture of perfection. As much as it pains me to say, Killer Rabbit, you have no idea what you're in for. Tread lightly when it comes to Craven Rage. Zero Deus, who's certainly got his own match coming up where he just was all over the WCE pages calling out his opponent, says, sure, a lot of spooky lads are being drawn to Craven's shiny belt. It looks best on me, though. Adam Morgan says, Killer Rabbit, freaky stuff, LOL. And obviously, he's not too far from you guys down in the state of Texas getting ready for his own show coming up here. Nicholas Crenson, the aforementioned new Messiah, says 345 days it has been since this started, gentlemen. So just about on that 1 year anniversary, Craven. Adonis Felio says, Craven, the real evil, has risen. And you're looking at him right there. And that is Killer Rabbit. I smell someone shaking in their boots. Craven, keep Mechas out of your mouth before your dreams come true. Get a butt beaten by Eric Mecha. Killer Rabbit, you better hope you're filling the blanks to the other side of the road. Stay out of this wrestling business. How am I scared, Craven? This jobber is running. I'm reminded of the story of Icarus when it comes to you, Craven. You know, Craven Rage, to me, I could ask Killer Rabbit more questions, and I will. I will certainly do that because I think people are very curious of what they're seeing here, especially that we are on Easter and we have a rabbit on. Boy, go figure, right on Sportswire Radio. But maybe this is about you. You know, we've seen the pressure Roman Reigns has faced in the WWE and how he's dealing with adversity right now when it comes to the bloodline and the dissension that they're facing. But you have really been taking it on the chin in these last few months. I mean, outside wrestlers have been gunning for you, and management, you say, now has problems with you. I mean, this might be about you. I still say, you may say the luck may not be running out, but I say that you've got a lot of problems right now. And how are you going to deal with these problems? Because I really believe we genuinely say it. Is Craven nervous? Is Craven this, Craven that? But tonight, if you ain't shaking about what you're seeing and what you're going to be seeing across that apron next weekend, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell anybody else here watching and listening. Your turn, Craven Rage.
I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to smash them. Just like I smashed everybody else that has stepped into my yard. And they will acknowledge that I am the ruler of their yard.
But this is a rabbit. The rabbit may not acknowledge anything. It's a thing. It's not even an individual. I mean, this is...
Doesn't matter if it's a rabbit. Doesn't matter if it's a horse, pig, donkey. It can be any animal. I'm going to smash that wannabe Buzz Bunny, Easter Bunny right there. I'm going to smash him. I'm going to tear him apart.
He's the only one I listen to. The devil is my father. I'm coming for your soul, Craven, and your title.
Killer Rabbit, do you work for WCE, or you really are a missionary that was put out here by somebody to punish Craven Rage and really maybe collect his soul before even a guy like Skulls the Soul Hunter collects it? I mean, do you work in this company now?
You could maybe say the wrestling god sent me with the whisperings in my ear. I'm just a gypsy of the wandering mind. And now my eyes are gazed upon Craven, Ego Rage.
So you don't like Craven Rage then? Is that fair to say?
Neither does the gods that sent me. We here to collect, Craven. You better believe that. Your days as champion is limited. And then when we capture you, you'll see what we got in store for you.
So is it fair to say, before I get to more comments, that this is only the beginning, Killer Rabbit? Maybe this is bigger even than you. Is that fair to say this is bigger than you?
More of us. And Craven's just the first target.
Wait. Say that again?
Mantelpiece. There is more of us, and Craven is just a head on the mantelpiece. There will be more, but he is my first list of targets that my father sent me to get.
Now, I'm not going to ask you those targets because obviously we've got next week and certainly a lot to discuss there undoubtedly afterwards with the fallout. But I mean, so you are saying that there are other targets for you guys in Wrestling Championship Entertainment then. Is that fair to say? Okay, well the nodding tells me that that is the case. So I have some more comments. Let me get to them here. Casey Jack Bradley says, "Oh, I wish I was in America because you know that the cosplay kid Daniel Banner would love a challenge when it comes to Craven Rage and Killer Rabbit. Killer Rabbit, try to take my soul if you dare. Maybe we will see in the future." Skull says, "This rabbit reminds me of a rabbit in LTW." Adonis Felio says, "Incoming WCE forecast. A new season of Backyard Wrestling Wars are coming." Oh, the wars are only starting, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, if you think what's going on right now between WWE and UFC, you think about what's going on between Tony Khan and other wrestling companies, the Forbidden Door. We have a rabbit, literally, that's coming into WC, an object, an individual to take on Craven Rage, a man who has no soul. I don't even know if I could call him a man at this point. And I believe this is Tyler Rock saying, "Rest in peace, Craven Rage." Craven Rage, you thought The Fiend was terrifying. You haven't seen anything yet. There is more rabbits coming. Well, I have an announcement. I guess I could say objects, individuals, gentlemen, fellas. I don't know what to call you both. But Wrestling Championship Entertainment has certainly spoken, and they've obviously heard what's going on here tonight. And they said, not only do we have a champion versus champion match with RCW champion versus AIW champion, obviously the Sean Jovi Adonis Felios war after Luck of the Draw, we will see the all-out champion take on the winner of the Interstate Championship match. So before I get to Skulls again, Craven Rage, I think that's toward you. Another shot from management toward you because we have breaking news because apparently you're going to be in action not once but twice. So apparently, I'm assuming if you get through Killer Rabbit, you're going to have to take on the winner of Darkfire, Nicholas Crenton, and Catalyst. And if anybody went over to the WC YouTube and pages and Facebook at WC Heat on YouTube and Facebook, they saw that tug of war between Nicholas Crenton, the new Messiah, Darkfire, and Catalyst. I mean, you're going to Craven Rage. Maybe Tyler Rock is onto something. Are we seeing the end of days from you? Because you're going to, if you, again, are lucky to get through Killer Rabbit, you're now going to have to take on either Crenton, Catalyst, or Darkfire.
Honestly, I'm looking forward to Interstate because I already know I'm going to smash through this bunny, this rabbit. I'm going to smash him. I'm going to conquer him. I'm going to just tear him apart, and show him down a hole of hell where he came from.
You're going to have a front row seat to that match when you're in your soul, buddy, because you ain't going to be there physically. Not when we get done with you.
Craven Rage, I mean, are you concerned this could be the last several days of not only your run as all-out champion, but maybe even your time as a professional wrestler? I mean, forget about Skulls and C2K. I mean, this literally could be. Maybe Tyler Rock's onto something.
I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried about it at all.
You're not worried.
I'm going to continue my dominance. I'm going to continue running the yard. I'm going to continue ruling the yard. I'm going to continue smashing them, stacking them, and making everybody fall to me. Rabbits, bunnies.
But how do you prepare for something that you've never seen before? You've never seen this before, right? How do you prepare for this?
Yeah, I never seen nothing like that. But nobody never seen the other side of Craven. And they will see the other side of Craven in a worse way.
All right, well, the Red Hot Chili Peppers famously sang, "Take me to the other side." Will we be seeing the other side of Craven Rage, quote unquote? Stay tuned here. And if you are on Sportswire Radio, because a lot of people have been tuned in today, I want to thank everybody. My God, we have, I think, maybe some of the most people I've ever seen tuned in for a WCE show, even at the top earlier today when we had on Firestar Championship Wrestling. We have a whole bunch of new people tuned in. If you are tuned in for the first time, please follow us on Sportswire Radio at Facebook and YouTube. Also, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can listen to all of our great content on sportnarium.com/player. And also, I'll be back live tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, with Gordon Scheuer. Different topic than this tonight. The legendary college basketball player from our St. Joseph's, Long Island Golden Eagles, also with Stony Brook University with myself and the Brute Force Brad Weiss. Something tells me here we won't have this type of tone, but certainly in the meantime, tune into that, but also tune into all the great things that we do here on Sportswire Radio. I'm thankful for all of the new fans here on Easter, and I'm glad you're spending your Easter with us here on Sportswire Radio. And Skull says, welcome to the Soul Hunter Club, Killer Rabbit. Tyler Ark says, Rabbit now the new ruler of the yard. Nicholas Crenson here says, luck has never been an issue for Craven, because to give the devil his due, even when his back is against the wall, he strives on it. He lives for being against the world. More so, he gets ever closer to the sun. Craven, the only way you can't outrun is time. Eventually, time catches up to all of us, and it's only a matter of time before you find yourself too close to the sun. Cherish every moment you have, ruler. Certainly that reminds me of a Sade song, Cherish the Day. Will Craven Rage be cherishing his last days as the WCE champion? I don't know. I got to watch this show on Saturday. I'll be in attendance taking notes. Well, that could be a sign of things to go. He is not Bad Bunny when it comes to WCE. No, Killer Rabbit, correct me if I'm wrong. You're not related to Bad Bunny? You guys aren't related? Okay, I'll take that as a yes. I'll take that you and Bad Bunny wouldn't be related. That's a fair point. Remember this old motto: see no evil, hear no evil, and speak no evil. I am to go for Rabbit at the luck of the draw. All right, conversely, Killer Rabbit, let me ask you this question, because obviously a lot of people are really, really curious about this, and I want to thank everybody that is tuned in here, especially on a Sunday night. But I mean, is there even a possibility, Killer Rabbit, that maybe you are pushing Craven Rage to a limit and to an edge that maybe even us who cover WCE and watch this company regularly haven't seen him in, and maybe this all backfires towards you? Are you concerned about that in any way?
We've been watching in the shadows for a very long time, and we are very confident we know how to take Mr. Craven Rage down. He's too blinded by his ego to see his weaknesses. His insecurities lead him to not trust nobody. There will be no one in this corner to help him. Not even his own management team. Nobody, Craven Rage, is coming to save you when we get our hands on you. Let's wait for the wrestling cult what we got for you.
You know, Craven Rage, Killer Rabbit said something that was interesting there. And he talked about management team. And I don't know if there's something that Killer Rabbit knows that even we don't even know on Sportswire. We've been covering this company, I would say, for what, about 8 months at this point, 8 or 9 months, and somebody can fact check me on that, I'm sure. But did you think that you had management in your pocket? Was there a time that maybe you thought that, I don't know, maybe you and Mark Packer are on the same page, the owner of the company, Liz, even, to throw it out there? I mean, is Killer Rabbit onto something? And maybe you actually did think you had management in your pocket, and this is just grossly backfired on you.
Management knows that I am the mega star around here. Management knows that I am the greatest champion of all time around here. They acknowledge that I am the ruler of the yard. Mark Packer acknowledged that I am the ruler of the yard. But no, I put out requests of who I would like to face, who wants to get the opportunity to face me. I told them I wanted Eric Mecca because there have been talks between Eric Mecca and management to come, and they send Buzz Bunny. That's what they do. So what's going to end up happening, I am going to tear up this rabbit at luck of the draw, put it on Mark Packer's desk so he can eat with his cheese curds.
Well, we do know that Mark
Because
Packer does like cheese.
I am going to slaughter that rabbit at luck of the draw. Smash him, and this rabbit is going to go back to the little hole of hell or wherever he hopped out of and hop away. And you might not even see this rabbit anymore due to the fact because I ran the last person out that faced me. I already put one person on the shelf. Mark Packer loved to protect the favorites. But the ball is in my court because I definitely want to see the winner of that interstate championship. And I hope it's Callis that comes out. Because if it's Callis and he have to face me, because I already know I'm going to win. I don't hope. I know for a fact. It's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. The rabbit will get slain by me.
Well, Craven, can I ask you, have you been watching Looney Tunes episodes to kind of prepare for how to deal with a rabbit? Because I always think about which way did he go? Which way did he go? Which way did he go? In those episodes of Bugs Bunny there when it came to Bugs, and I believe it was Elmer Fudd there. I mean, so have you been watching Looney Tunes in order to prepare for this?
I don't know. I think Bugs Bunny and the Easter Bunny had a baby and they spit it out to get this ugly thing up.
All right, well, I have a ton of comments here, so I'm going to get to them because people, I mean, I'm really floored on a Sunday night that this many people actually want to talk about this. So it tells you that there's a big curiosity factor, and we have a lot of new followers on Sportswire Radio, and I want to thank everybody for that. Skulls, Craven Rage, the church bells are ringing. I don't know what that means, but this individual who's going to be in action for the RWA Galaxy shows coming up the next weekend after WCE Luck of the Draw, that is Stefan Havoc here. He's a champion in his own right. And I'm going to get to him first before I address more comments. Craven may just end up with a lucky rabbit's foot after this match for a souvenir. Now, is there anything you might want to say to another champion here? And Stefan Havoc, obviously, he has been a champion for a long time in the company that he represents out there in upstate New York, certainly. And he is a huge part of things over in the RWA at C2K's stomping grounds. John the Rock Jackson, another champion, seems to be saying a few words about you. And, I mean, what do you want to say to it, Mr. Stefan Havoc?
Stay on top. Keep smashing everybody.
Okay.
Don't let the pressure, don't choke like some people do, like Nicholas Crenson does.
Nicholas Crenson is in like Chicago Cubs territory, Boston Red Sox territory. Some may say, not me, but he's in that territory where, he's certainly on the clock. He's got more pressure even than you, Craven Rage, right now because he hasn't won a championship in 17 years.
I'm definitely interested in interstate, especially when management just say champion versus champion after luck of the draw. I'm definitely seeing which champion is going to come out because they're going to get a different side of a Craven Rage that they ain't going to be prepared for.
Conversely, Killer Rabbit, I want to ask you this question, and I want to give you your respect, your due here. Let's say, hypothetically, that you are the all-out champion, and you defeat Craven Rage. Now, this is not my opinion, but let's say, hypothetically, you win this match. Would there be anybody of those three that you would particularly want to face? The new Messiah, Nicholas Crenson, Darkfire, or Catalyst? Would be any of those three you'd want to favor most or want most in a match?
The new Messiah is my second biggest target, and he's next.
Oh.
First terms, Craven Rage is my first dish to serve to my ruler.
So you don't like Nicholas Crenson then? You just pretty much I think tipped your hand for this. You do not like Nicholas Crenson then.
After I dispose the ruler of the yard, I will be coming for the Messiah next.
Well, Nicholas Crenson better hope Vector and his band of individuals, he may need all the help that he's going to get here. Eric Mecca says here, this jobber forgets that he asked Packer to run from me. So I don't know what to make of that there. That is not my opinion. Craven Rage, you might want to ask Tom for a Bible. Your time is ticking as champion. Well, I mean, I just watched a movie where we had clock and time and ticking, and that was John Wick 4. But I'm going to leave that to John Wick, and I'm going to leave that to Craven Rage on whether his time is coming to an end or not. Alice lost her white rabbit, Craven Rage. You are going mad, and WCE is no wonderland when it comes to the amount of bloodshed that's about to come, Craven. Do everyone a favor and decapitate this bunny and hold his head. We don't know if it's he or not, though. His Cheshire smile turns black and turns to ashes. This story is going to have no happy ending. Well, I'm not going to advocate decapitating a bunny here on Sportswire because there are PETA and animal rights groups that might want to, knock us down a match. So I would certainly say, I think Mr. Rabbit would probably side with this on that one. Count the days of your championship reign fading away, Craven Rage. Hold that all-out championship tight. Once it slips your fingers, your luck has finally run out. Tyler Rock says, Craven Rage, you're not going to win against Killer Rabbit. Well, says who? We're going to find out. P.S. The house always wins. Also have a lot more comments. I want to get to management in a second because management has responded. Hit him with a carrot. What's up, Doc? Nicholas is just like the Dallas Cowboys when it comes to the playoffs. Oh, boy, Skulls is basically feasting on Nicholas Crenson, and he has one of the longest championship droughts in all of professional sports and wrestling. So he's certainly getting his shots fired at him. But management has responded. Once again, Craven Rage, not only are we in charge of entertaining the viewers that tune in, we have a lot of them right now, we are also in charge of challenging the roster with every match we book, especially challenging you with Killer Rabbit. Craven Rage, I got a feeling you certainly have a rage against that comment.
Oh, yeah. Well, the management, I already told Mark Packer, get the body bags. Get the body bags because there are going to be a lot of more bodies. Because all the damage that I have done, all the destruction that I have done, I have carried this company on my back for a whole year.
And don't worry, Craven, we'll carry you on the way out, buddy.
Nah, you're going to go out on a silver platter. That's what you're going to do. You're going to go out on the silver platter, go walk in.
Your list of excuses are going to be longer than the Messiah's sins.
You're going to need a Church of Crimson. That's what you're going to need. You're going to need the Church of Crimson to come pray for you, because what I'm going to do to you is going to be unheard of. I'm going to destroy you, Killer Rabbit.
The only lucky draw you got is to meet your maker.
I don't have a maker. Told you I already sold my soul to the devil a long time ago. And a lot of people don't know what is coming. Management do not know what is coming. Mark Packer do not know what is coming.
The devil is my father. Guess who sent me? We come to collect your soul, Craven. How long do you think that contract on that title was going to last? You didn't say the rest of your life. You said I just sold my soul to be the champion. Your time is up, Craven. The devil collect. The wrestling cult of society has come to collect your soul.
Well, your society better get ready to acknowledge that I am the ruler of every yard, even your yard.
Exactly. You'll be the ruler of your own grave, Craven. Trust me, you can own that. We'll find that out. And it's hopefully as prideful as dead as you are alive.
Before I get to a comment from Stefan Havoc, Craven, I almost have to ask this question as we are here with Killer Rabbit and Craven Rage ahead of their match for Craven Rage's Wrestling Championship Entertainment All Out Championship at next week's Luck of the Draw. And I am the host of the Sports Report and the owner of Sportswire Radio, the Reverend Tom Bryce. We'll be here for about 20 or so minutes here. I want to thank everybody that is tuned in and enjoying their Easter, certainly with the, no, it's not the Easter Bunny, but a Killer Rabbit. But, Craven Rage, I almost have to ask this question because I noticed we have now a Stefan Havoc tuning in. Skulls is certainly every day calling you out. C2K, even instead of focusing on Zero Deus, set his sights on you. And I mean, everybody seems to have your name under their breath or thinking about you at this point. I mean, maybe I should even ask. Maybe you're distracted by all this outside noise and you seem to be off your game tonight.
No,
So you're not distracted. You're not distracted by all these outsiders calling you out.
Ready. I am 100% ready. 1,000% ready. Just because I have been waiting to unleash this side. I have been waiting to unleash a side of Craven Rage that nobody is ready for.
Was that the Wine Baby stage, Craven? I hope your peers mourn your death as much as you're going to mourn that title loss.
Well, let me get to some comments here because people, like I said, they're just coming and coming and coming. Casey Jack Bradley says, it seems when it comes to supporters, Craven, I think I'm your only one because when it comes to bunnies, watch Monty Python. You will get what I mean. Interesting take there. Adonis Felio says, happy death day to your championship reign, Craven Rage.
Adonis Felio.
Well, some would say he needs to improve his mic skills so he can continue to be the drip.
He needs to prove a lot of things. He definitely needs to prove a lot of things. He already tapped out to me, so.
He did. No, listen, and Adonis Felios has certainly had his issues, and I think Sean Joby, the resident rock star, is certainly going to have something to say about Adonis Felios next weekend. But Stefan Havoc says, ruler of a yard, but not ruler of the yards. That's my job. And, of course, Stefan Havoc has been a legend, another legend in his own right in the upstate wrestling scene. He has been a champion for over 20 years. So certainly Craven Rage might have a 1-year run as champion just about, but Stefan Havoc has been a 20-year champion. So that is certainly going to maybe pale into comparison to those runs. And also here we have 100% Craven. You are not ready for what's next for you. I am kind of inclined to agree because we've never seen something like this before. Listen, I want to be straight up here before I get to closing thoughts and each guys can ask each other a question. I mean, I've been doing this 4.5 years, right? So I'm not a new kid on the block. I've been doing this a long time. I've interviewed wrestler after wrestler. I've interviewed politicians, professional athletes, boxers, rappers, rockers, you name it. I've done it all in my career. I'm going to be straight up. I've done it all. But I've never seen anything like this tonight. I've never seen anything like this. And frankly, I have never seen a champion, a world heavyweight champion, that's been a champion for a year, and you, Craven Rage, that is as on defensive mode as anybody I've seen yet. I mean, I don't know what to make of this, and I don't think I'll ever see anything like this again.
That's one thing, Tom. That what you are looking at is just a sacrifice. Management just threw this out here as a sacrifice of what I am going to do. And I will show the world at luck of the draw when I slay that rabbit at luck of the draw and walk out as the reigning, defending, undisputed, longest WC champion in history, and my reign will keep on going because I have took it to the top and I have stayed. This is my empire. People acknowledge me. People bow down to me. People fall to me. And now this rabbit will fall to me.
Well, I'll say this much. Roman Reigns defends his title, what, once every couple months? We don't even see him on SmackDown every week. We don't even see him on Raw much. But Craven Rage has certainly worked hard to defend that WCE championship and put WCE into places where it's known worldwide. So we have to give him this. I do have breaking news from management, but before I do that, I do have some comments. Craven Rage, good luck at Luck at the Draw. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Stephen Havoc says, ruler of the yard versus best in the yard. After my title defense, I think we're going to have a conversation, Mr. Rage. Well, Craven Rage, before I get to that breaking news, it seems like another individual, another outsider, is calling you out. It's a who's who of people now. Stephen Havoc from the RWA seems like he wants a shot at you. The Monroe County Heavyweight Champion of the world. You have another one on the list.
I definitely would love to make him fall to me too. I will smash him too. Anybody that steps in WCE yard, it will get smashed by me. That's not a prediction. That is an actual spoiler and an actual fact.
Someone tell him there's going to be no one left after this Saturday. Don't worry about no one else, Craven.
I'm not worried at all, Mr. Rabbit. With all due respect, you will acknowledge that I am the greatest. I'm the King of Kings. I am everything. I am God.
Craven, chocolate or white? I just need to know where to post your picture on which milk carton they'll go looking for you after this weekend.
Well, like I said before,
be gone, missing like your soul's been the last year. You're too worried about down the road, Mr. Craven. You ain't gonna make it there. You ain't gonna make it there physically. I promise you, after this match, you'll be a changed man. Will reincarnate whatever's left of that soul you have that you sold to my father. We are coming back, Mr. Craven, and your debt is owed. So get ready to pay up.
I think I heard something interesting there. He said sold soul to his father. Certainly, Mr. Rage, that might be something you might want to address here, but I do have some more comments and breaking news from management from Wrestling Championship Entertainment I must address. Craven, Bray Wyatt wants his chair back. Do you actually have Bray Wyatt's chair? Because that's probably the closest we'll get to seeing Bray Wyatt right now on TV. Craven, no offense, but a Roman Reigns, you would not be better and be Craven Rage instead of Roman Rage. Well, Roman Reigns, he meant to say. But, Roman Reigns isn't on TV every week. Craven Rage is on every WCE show and defends his championship every time. Roman Reigns, we don't see every time on TV. But breaking news here before we get to closing thoughts. Management here has said we have made this official. The triple threat elimination match for the Interstate Openweight Championship involving the new Messiah, Nicholas Crenson, Darkfire, and Catalyst is now a Falls Count Anywhere match. So, I'll tell you what, does that play into Catalyst's favor? Maybe. Is that the depth that Nicholas Crenson, the new Messiah, needs to go to get his first championship in 17 years to break one of the longest droughts in professional sports? Maybe. Or does Darkfire kind of find a way and unleash a new side of him that we haven't seen, and maybe he takes this seriously? Could be. But I know one thing. That's another reason why you want to follow our friends over at WCE. But before we get to closing thoughts, Killer Rabbit, I want to ask you this question. Is there anything you want to say directly to Craven Rage before you and him square off at Luck of the Draw for his championship?
Tom, he's already been warned of the terms of his contract when he signed it to get his title. He knows his arrogance is where it's led him and his ego has blinded him. Just like the holes on that mask. He knows the terms of his contract. He knows the soul. He knows what the end's gonna be. I am the Reaper. I am the Soul Reaper. I have came for your soul. There'll be nothing left, Craven, after this. So don't worry about no one else. I promise you, you're going to have to reinvent yourself to escape this. And I just don't think you have anything left in you anymore, Mr. Craven. I think your victory has defeated you, my friend. The only thing you will be ruler of is your own grave. Let's just see how many people really miss you when you're gone.
Craven Rage, I'm going to give you the same opportunity before we get to closing thoughts.
Mr.
What are your
Rabbit.
final words? Go ahead to
Mr.
kill a
Rabbit.
rabbit.
You talk about me, you coming after my soul. I don't have a soul. I sold my soul to the devil a long time ago. And everybody needs to be aware of what's coming. Because once I sold my soul to the devil to stay the ruler of the yard, something is coming real soon. And that side of me will be released. Because just like how James Marshall went back into his little shell to be careless, Nicholas Christian went from Psycho Wolf to the new Messiah. There will be something horrible coming. And it's not going to be no ugly ass rabbit that's going to be coming terrorizing. It's going to be a nightmare coming. And I guarantee you, everybody need to be afraid. Because when I unleash that beast inside me, there's no hope. And you will be the sacrifice when I destroy you at luck or draw in 6 days, Mr. Rabbit.
The only thing you're wrong about, Craven, is time doesn't last forever. And we all know the soul of yours is hanging off your shoulder. That title's the only thing that's left of your body that's even livable. And when I take
This
it from
title
you,
is not going nowhere.
When I take the only thing that matters to you, that title is your soul.
Yeah, because it is my empire. I built this empire.
Mr. Craven.
This is my yard.
We've come to collect, Mr. Craven. Time don't last forever. We'll be waiting on you, Mr. Craven.
Yeah, I'll be waiting a long time. You better go to Soul. You better go to Skulls.
Ooh, somebody mentioned Skulls. Certainly, that is a segue to some more comments, and especially before we get to closing thoughts, Skulls has to say Craven in the end with emojis that could mean the end of days for Craven Rage. I don't know. Casey Jack Bradley says, a famous quote you should follow, Craven. You still refuse to accept my godhood. Keep your own God. In fact, this might be a good time to pray to him. When I beheld Satan as he fell from heaven like lightning. Skulls says, hop along, Craven. Adonis Felios says, we are united as one. WCE, reigniting backyard wrestling. The revolution continues. And I'll tell you what, everyone talks about WrestleMania 39 and should Cody have won and should The Miz and Snoop Dogg have had a match with Shane McMahon coming out and getting injured, and everyone's been complaining about this and that, and Tony Khan's now going to try and put AEW at Wembley. I would say forget all that talk, because WCE has positioned itself to be one of the premier wrestling companies in the world to challenge companies like Vince McMahon's quote-unquote WWE and UFC, if you want to throw that in there, Impact Wrestling, MLW, certainly Ring of Honor, which is back, AEW, you name them all. WCE tonight has put its place once again, showing that it is a company that belongs in that same discussion, that same breath, and that's why you need to follow WCE. James Marshall says here, maybe something poetic, cryptic, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, would be something if Catalyst wins the interstate belt and you somehow manage to hold on to the All Out title. Well, you know what? A lot of people would like to see that match, but right now, Killer Rabbit has shown that he might be the challenger for Craven Rage. And who knows? And I would even say Nicholas Crenson and Darkfire probably disagree that Catalyst could win that interstate belt. So stay tuned for all of that. We have certainly.
If Catalyst win that belt, he better bring James Marshall out.
Yeah, well, you know what? James Marshall is different than Catalyst. Catalyst seems to be almost not like Killer Rabbit. Catalyst seems to be the opposite of Killer Rabbit. So I don't know. My money might be on Nicholas Crenson right now because Darkfire doesn't take anything seriously, and Catalyst seems to be kind of, I don't know, almost like a boxer in the corner that doesn't want to throw a punch. So, I mean, we'll find out, though. Listen, it's not my opinion that counts. It's what happens in that ring at luck of the draw. But we have run the gauntlet tonight, and we want to be respectful of everybody's time because it is Easter weekend. You might be getting ready to go on vacation, work tomorrow, maybe even some recess plans, movies, who knows what else. Or if you're Craven Rage and Killer Rabbit, you're going to hit the gym, you're going to start training, or in Killer Rabbit's case, maybe more voodoo dolls praying for when it comes to the end of Craven Rage's soul. So, Killer Rabbit, I'm going to give you the floor first. Anything else you want to share, say, plug, or promote if you desire to do that. And I hope that we see you again on Sportswire Radio, maybe as the next all-out champion. I don't know, but I'm going to give you the opportunity, you the floor, and I thank you for the opportunity to be with us and maybe the first of many appearances here on Sportswire Radio.
Craven, get your life movie ready, because that's all people are going to see after this weekend. A fall from grace from the angel who fell from heaven, who rose from hell.
Okay, well, I think that that's pretty much a clue that Killer Rabbit has said its piece, and we look forward to seeing Killer Rabbit out there next weekend. And Nicholas Crenson says, how's that shoulder doing, James Marshall? Ooh. And Skulls says, have a grave for Rent Craven. So Skulls apparently looks like is got a plot ready for you, a grave. Maybe so. Craven and Killer Rabbit, I'll be at the show. See you all Saturday. Adonis Felio says, thanks, Tom. And still the number one worldwide in all of pro wrestling shows. So those viewers watching, heart of the show, Sportswire Radio. Good night. Godspeed until next time. So everybody, you know what? I think that was really Adonis Felio. That was a touching comment, I have to say. That was really a heartwarming statement because we've got a lot of new listeners the last couple of days, got a lot of new fans, and we have a ton of wrestling coverage coming up the next 2 weeks. And I'm thankful for every company that supports Sportswire. I mean, we have so many companies that they want Tom Bryce. They like Tom Bryce, and they like what he's doing. So certainly I want to thank everybody out there for tuning in. But Craven Rage, I give you the floor. You are a champion. You have done this before many, many times here, before championship defenses, throughout the offseason. I'm giving you the floor. You know the drill at this point. The floor is yours. Fire away.
First of all, thank you, Tom, for bringing me on. Second of all, Killer Rabbit, you better rub that dog real tight. You better pray to whatever God that you can pray on. Because when you step to me, be prepared to get slaughtered. And management, Mark Packer, y'all made the biggest mistake because I'm going to slaughter. This is going to be the sacrifice that y'all will receive from me when I slaughter and chew up and spit out Buzz Bunny over there.
Craven, when the bell rings, pray.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've pretty much heard enough from these two opponents, these combatants, before they get into the ring next weekend over at Wrestling Championship Entertainment's Luck of the Draw, and that is Killer Rabbit, who has been sent here from who? I don't know, but I know he is going to be the challenger to Craven Rage, Craven's first defense of the season here. He is nearing his 1-year run as that WCE All-Out Championship, certainly the most prettiest prize in all of professional sports, the belt that even Roman Reigns wishes he had right now. Roman Reigns couldn't even touch what Craven Rage has done right now in terms of his run. So certainly we want to thank both individuals for coming on here. We will have more wrestling coverage coming up here, certainly later this week, as we will be speaking with, on Friday, the CCW Underground Heavyweight Champion of the World, Grayson Riley, then the LWF's Wildfire Night Race to kick off championship week for us here on Sportswire Radio. So very, very excited. We have a who's who of champions or wrestlers fighting for a championship starting coming up here this Friday on Sportswire Radio. So very, very excited about that. We will also have full coverage of basketball here starting Monday night. We'll have 8:30 p.m. Gordon Scheuer of the St. Joseph's Long Island Golden Eagles alumni, also Stony Brook, also student at the moment. We'll also have our New York Harlem Underdogs coverage starting Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Also Jesse Winter of the Level Up Basketball Organization, also at 8:30 p.m. Thursday night. Of course, he was the all-time leading scorer in Cortland Red Dragons men's basketball history. Also played professional basketball in Israel. And also next Sunday, we'll have Eric Katowski, also of Israel. So a lot of basketball, but in the meantime, I want to thank Wrestling Championship Entertainment's Craven Rage and now Killer Rabbit. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. If you are on sportnarium.com/player, you will go back to your regularly scheduled programming. And if you are still celebrating Easter, enjoy it. God bless. If you are over it and your day is over, enjoy your vacation spring recess. And we'll be back tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. with myself, the Brute Force Brad Weiss, and Gordon Scheuer, legendary college basketball player. Thank you, good night, and good evening on the number one global radio station that is Sports Wire.